I love the Bible, and I had studied the 7 churches of Asia that are mentioned in the book of Revelation. There were some observations I have that I'd like to share about the 7 churches. First of all, these 7 churches in the book of Revelation were in the province known as Asia. Asia in Greek means world, and you can translate this as the 7 churches in the world, actually. Although Asia was a province of the Roman Empire. The way I view these 7 churches is that they picture a number of things. They picture 7 literal churches that were in the province of Asia, but they also picture 7 kinds of churches that I believe have existed all through history. And then I believe that they also picture 7 kinds of church leadership, because each message was addressed to the angelos of the church. It's translated in most translations as the angel of the church, but it means in Greek the messenger of the church, and usually that term was used especially among Jewish Christians in reference to the leading elder, the chairman of the elder of each church. But also, if you look at the line of history religiously, especially as centered upon the Middle East, you'll see that these 7 churches seem to picture periods of church history also. The first of these cities was the city of Ephesus. And in Greek, Ephesus means full-purposed or well-bodied. And Christ represents himself before that church as holding 7 stars that represent the 7 churches, and that he walking among the candlesticks. His description of that church was that they had left their first love. And I believe this is a picture of the apostolic church after a period of time when people began to wane in their love for Christ. And he exhorts that church to repent. And he tells them that he will give them the tree of life if they do repent. And he says that if they don't repent, he will take their lampstand out of its place. I remember the first time I visited the ruins of Ephesus, and there I saw little square holes along the main avenue that led to the great amphitheater. And I asked Ahmet, the tour guide who was leading us, I said, "Ahmet Bey, what are these little square holes?" They were flooded with water. It was in spring when there was a lot of rain. I said, "What are these little holes that are all flooded with water?" And he said, those are the places where the lampstands stood in ancient times. I thought, how interesting, because the name of the city there today is Selçuk. And in Turkish, Selçuk means flooded hole. And that I found interesting. Also, where the temple of Artemis, the great goddess of Ephesus, stood is today just a big empty hole filled with water. So that's the church of Ephesus.